welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So this video that I'm going to do today is a follow-up from the last video. A lot of you all asked me how my pregnancy experience was, and this is kind of me sharing with you what I experienced within the first, second and third trimester. Make sure and look at it throughout the end, because in the end I'll have some tips and things of what worked for me and what helped me through my pregnancy. So this is a TMI video. If it is I am not really into too much of the nitty-gritties or whatever, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm gonna try and be as open as possible with you all without, it's not gonna be nasty. It's just like TMI. So I'm gonna start on the first trimester. For those of you who looked at the last video, you would know that I actually had my period for the first couple of months of my pregnancy, and I didn't even know that I was pregnant. So like a week after my last period is when I started to get some morning sickness, and like a week after that is when I took the pregnancy test. About 2 weeks after that, right, bear with me, stay on track guys, about 2 weeks after that I went to the doctor, and they said, you know what, it's still very early, so we're not gonna give you a ultrasound or anything until 2 weeks after that. Right, because everybody was like, you know, you don't go by the doctor until like your first month or whatever the case is, because it doesn't make any sense. Okay, cool. So I just was like, alright, I don't know, this is my first pregnancy, and that's what I did. When I went to the doctor, they were like, you know, well, if your period was just the other day, like, we're not gonna see anything on the ultrasound, so I'll schedule you still like 2 weeks, and then you could go do it and come back. We'll see what's going on or whatever, get the dates, the age of the baby, more or less. When I got back the results, guys, I was already 12 weeks pregnant. Like, I had basically passed my first trimester already. I knew that I was pregnant, but I didn't know how far along. So while being pregnant, rewind, I had morning sickness throughout the entire day. It was not a morning thing. If I drink water, too much water in the morning, I will vomit. Everything, I will vomit. If I wake up and I smell food, I would vomit. I couldn't smell anything. My breathing just smelled nasty to me, and it just irritating, and I don't want to be around anything or anybody. It was real bad, guys. I was sad throughout my entire pregnancy. Like, I don't have anywhere else I could put it. I was just sad. I was happy that I was pregnant, but I was sad because I was just so emotional all the time. I would cry for everything. It was just, I couldn't control my tears at all. I would cry for everything. I would cry myself to sleep almost every single night. I was always dehydrated. I would now drink an entire, I used to chug water. So those, what is that, 500 ml bottles, I would just open it, drink down the entire thing, throw it away, on to the next. So I don't know why I was dehydrated. I was always drinking a lot of water. I was urinating non-stop, and it happened a lot of times too. Like, I would always feel to pee, and when I do go, nothing coming out, and that was very irritating, to be quite honest, because I feel like I have a hot pee, and if something do come out, it's like 2 little drips. That was very annoying. One of the first things though, I had very tender boobs. Like, my boobs was just growing, and it was just like super sensitive, and I started to think I have breast cancer, guys, before I find out I was pregnant, because this is the first, I should have started with this. This was the first symptom that I had. Enlargement of the boobs. Right? And I started to get paranoid. I was freaking out myself, like, who in the family, I know anybody that have cancer, what was going on. I remember in primary school they say, well, they show you how to raise your arm and how to feel to know, well, where you have lumps and whatnot. I went on Google, I went on YouTube. I was a hot mess. I was overthinking everything, stressing out for everything, and that was before I found out I was pregnant. So I didn't know why my boobs was growing, right? While being separated boobs, something else really weird happened, and my areola grew from like this to this, guys. Like I literally had I basically had no areola before, and it grew a lot. And on top of that, it got like about 5 shades darker, or probably more than 5 shades darker. It got really dark and it got really big. So that was a real weird thing for me, because I never heard anybody mention that, and I never knew that that's something that has happened. So yeah, look out for that one. You all know I was already dealing with insomnia, so I couldn't sleep in the night. But I would not sleep in the night and sleep through the entire day. So from the time I reach home from work, if I work in just a morning shift, and I reach back about 3 o'clock, I would sleep from 3 o'clock straight to like 9 in the night, and then go back and sleep till about like 12, and then I'll be up the entire time all over again. The cycle just repeating itself. So it was really, really bad, because I never really got my night sleep, and I would just always be real tired. On top of that, I had very bad migraines. Like naturally I have bad migraines, and the migraines was just like 100 times worse. It's one thing to have a normal headache, but you see, when it's just like I can't even see the light, like I'll be talking to people and I'm like, I need to close my eyes because the light is affecting me. I'm feeling the light burning to the back of my eyes, all up inside my head. It was really, really bad. I can't see any light. I would always need to be in a dark place, and so working for me throughout my pregnancy was very, very hard. Dealing with people, especially as at that time I was directly like customer service basically. Dealing with people, it was highly irritating, right? It's like, you know, you're supposed to be like, welcome, you know, hi, and I'm like, what the hell come here for? Like, leave me alone, please. This is me in my mind, and anybody who knows me knows that my emotions cannot hide on my face. Like, it may hide on my voice or whatever, but on my face you would immediately see it. So that wasn't good at all. Right? I shouldn't even, I don't know, I was supposed to take my maternity while being pregnant instead of after, because after was way easier. Another thing that happened to me is that I was constipated. Very, very constipated. So constipated, so where the doctor ended up having to tell me that I need to stop taking the prenatal vitamins every day and try and take it every other day instead. Apparently the iron in the prenatal vitamins was contributing to the constipation, so I had to stop taking the prenatal vitamins. On top of that, I was allergic to the maternal. That's what they recommend to everybody, and it does not work for everybody. You need to find a prenatal vitamin that's suited for you. Go and choose your stuff. Go and look at your stuff. Go on Google and look at what people recommend for like somebody that may have the same symptoms as you, or the same body type. I don't know. Just do your research. What I'm telling you is just stuff that I do. Like, I was always on YouTube the entire time. I was always on Google. I just wanted to find out every single thing, and I always wanted to keep in the know. So guys, make sure and do that. The only good thing about my first trimester is that I had nice skin. Like, all of this was not on my skin. I had really, really nice skin. My hair was just growing and it was like shining. It was just really, really nice until I reached the second trimester, and my skin was dry, my hair was brittle. Guys, people usually, I was counting on my time. When I found out I was in my second trimester, I was so happy. I was like, you know what, finally, yeah, I'm gonna feel so much better. This morning sickness thing done. And hi, that's for some people. That doesn't work for everybody at all. Because I was sick. I continued to have morning sickness throughout my entire second trimester. I was way more constipated. I had a lot more migraines. A lot of things was way worse. My skin, I had like skin rash because my skin was just getting so bad. So it was a hot mess. Apart from not being able to smell anything, I couldn't. It had a lot of things that I couldn't eat. So up to now, my son, he's gonna be a year in the next couple weeks, and he haven't eaten meat at all. And the reason for that is because I give him a lot of beans and those other things. While I was pregnant, I couldn't eat meat at all. Anytime I smell chicken, I would vomit. So I had no choice. I couldn't eat any meat. I was just eating like rice and sauce or whatever with the sauce and try to get something else on the side, beans or whatever, but I couldn't eat any meat at all. So he doesn't eat meat. What I used to eat a lot of was watermelon. I never liked watermelon, but my boyfriend bought it once for me while I was pregnant, and that was like heaven. That's the only thing that stayed down in my tummy. And my son loves watermelon. It's so weird. Most of the things that I love while being pregnant, like weird stuff that I never really ate before, he really loves. And things that I never used to like to eat, he don't like to eat. So that's why I didn't give him the chicken as yet. And I kind of want to stick out with it for a good while and leave it up to him to eat chicken if he wants to. That's just my personal decision, a little off topic, so just put that in. The best part of my pregnancy for me was my third trimester. It sounds weird as hell. That's when everybody big and bloated and can't move and in a hot mess, they can't breathe. But my third trimester was the best. The best thing that happened to me throughout my pregnancy was my third trimester. I still didn't have a belly. Like it was real cute because it was real small, and I was active. I was feeling alive again. I could have exercised. I could have do anything. I could have go for my walks. I was feeling more refreshed. I was feeling more energized. Like everything was just better for me. In my third trimester, I was not as constipated. I didn't have a lot of migraines. Like I didn't even realize that my headache stopped completely. I had no migraines whatsoever. My skin wasn't as bad. It wasn't like shining or anything like that anymore, but it wasn't as bad. Like it was actually really good. I ended up joining Lamaze, and I'll give you all another video on that and some exercising tips and stuff to prepare for birth, well, for the labor, before I share my labor experience with you all, because I know you all really want that. That's one of my highly requested topics right now. So I'll give you all some tips and tricks on how to prepare for labor in my next video. But if you made it this far, I have some tips for you all for your entire pregnancy. People say to drink Coke. They say to eat succulents or salt spoons. Those things help with the upset feeling. None of those things work for me. The only things that work for me, and I'm just sharing my experience with you all, because as I said, everybody is different. So that's just this is just things that work for me. Dry foods stay down in my tummy so well. Anything baby food. Basically porridge was perfect. I ate teas. I could have drank teas, bay leaf tea, fever grass tea. Like those were the two go-tos. Those things will help me feel so much better. I was always wearing big clothes. Most of my boyfriend jerseys and jackets, and that's all I would wear. I would wear slack pants all the time because I mean I really did business, but it was the most comfortable thing for me. Get a comfortable slippers, guys. Get a comfy slippers I could go here, there, and everywhere with. It had no shame in it. Like, just make sure it's 100% comfortable for you, because you see them back pains, like, that's one thing to deal with. You don't want to be, at least have some, get your foot a little ease up. Also get some comfortable bedroom slippers. While walking through the house, the bottom of my feet used to burn me, so I had like a nice thick bedroom slippers that I used to use. That was like perfect. As I get off of my bed, I used to use that throughout the house the entire time, and that was good for me. You could try and get one of those big bottles, so like from the 8 a.m. to the 8 p.m. bottles, that make sure that you keep on track and make sure that you always drink enough water, and all your water, you should definitely get one of that. That's a really nice thing. You don't have to be studying well how much water I drink for the day. It makes sure that you drink enough water for the day, and then you could drink extra. That's up to you. Make sure and take your prenatals. I made a very big mistake throughout my first trimester and parts of my second trimester, and nobody didn't tell me until later on when I told them what I was doing. I thought once, because I was drinking a lot of milk, I was like, alright, cool, well, I'm getting calcium here and whatever, and I will just take the calcium with my prenatals and, you know, get more everything. It may help it. I don't know what was going on in my mind, guys. I don't know. I just thought that would be the best thing, and apparently that's the worst possible thing you can do when taking prenatals, because none of the tablets would be absorbed into your system. The best thing to take your prenatals with is orange juice or water, right? Natural orange juice. Drink a lot of that, and then drink a lot of water. Also, I used to take down notes on everything on my phone, but guys, it'll be really nice if you get a nice little journal where you can take down your experience from day by day. I didn't think about that, but I saw somebody doing it and I found it was really nice to do. They did messages like for their baby every single day and told them about how their experience was being pregnant and whatever. It's really fun to look back at and see what you was thinking at that point in time. Also, you can have a section where you put your little questions for the doctor and the concerns. It don't have any bad questions. Make sure and ask away, because it's your body, it's your baby. Don't let anybody tell you you're asking stupidness. Yes, do your little Google research on your little YouTube and whatever, but make sure and ask away, because we are doctors. I'm not a doctor. I'm nowhere certified and nothing medical. I'm just telling you based on my experience what worked for me and what made me feel better. When I go through my phone and see the old stuff, it's like, oh, wow, that's so cool, or it's so cute, or like, I can't even remember this happening to me. So that, and make sure and keep your skin moisturized. I used to use this from the time I found out I was pregnant. I would rub it on my tummy. I wasn't using it all the time, but your skin is be so dry and your skin is stretch a lot. So make sure and always have that belly moisturized. I also packed it in my hospital bag, and as I push and I went and bathed and clean up and stuff, I used it. So I will also do a video for you all with my what I packed in my hospital bag, so you all can get an idea as to what the experience was and what I had and what I wish I had in my bag. So if you made it this far, guys, thank you for watching. Just keep giving me content. Let me know what you want to see more of. All of this is for you, right? I love you guys so much. I just want to say thank you. I'm almost on 200 subscribers already within the space of 1 week. I'm so grateful and really happy. Oh my God. You know, you're so supportive. I love y'all to that. Make sure and subscribe. Make sure and like this video. And yeah, share it, comment down below, and let me know what you want more of.